How to address a question. Deconstructing the question. The question is, explain how world events can motivate the production of an artwork. Instruction word or words. Now these words determine how information must be presented in your PEEL paragraph. So in this question, the instruction word is explain. So in this question, you are exploring why. Why do world events, or how do world events motivate the production of an artwork? In the case, the artwork example that you've been given. And you are to clarify these reasons and these causes and its effects. Topic words. Identify the agency or agencies that the question is asking you to explore. So in this particular question, the agencies that you've been asked to explore are world and artwork. Focus word words is the prompting factor that must be answered in each question. So if I look at this particular question, I need to think of events because I need to list these events in order to address this question. I need to think about the word motivate and what that actually means. And I need to think about production and what that actually means. So in this case, in regards to events, we are talking about political motivations and artistic motivations that causes the production of artworks, and in particular the artwork that you have been given to discuss. So, I'm still here thinking about focus words. You must build your vocabulary and come up with various substitute words for the focus words to ensure you do not sound repetitive. So, what are other words for motivate? Influence, provoke, inspire, stimulate, encourage, stir, arouse, move, appeal. What are other words for production? Construct, make, create, invent, fabricate, formulate, design, conceive, build. So it's really important that you have a very good grasp of what these focus words are in order for you to give a nice, deep, and thoroughly explained ideas behind these focus words. Now let's get back to PEEL. So a point, things to include in a point. Your interpretation, your take on the question at hand. Now the question is, explain how world events can motivate an artwork. Now, I'm not asking you to list every single event that may influence that particular artwork. I want you to choose maybe one or two that you find that's particularly important for you and how you see those world events in that particular artwork. I want you to also explain the main ideas that you will be exploring in the paragraph that will be addressed in the question. When you write your point, you must address the question straight away. Tell me, what is the world event that you will be exploring in that paragraph? Don't just tell me what events motivate or can influence artworks. Tell me, well, in this case, it is these events that can motivate this artwork. The artworks and or artists that you'll be using as a vehicle to support your ideas. So, the citation of the artwork. Elaboration, things to include. So in elaboration, you basically provide specific historical facts. So basically facts in regards to the world events that you'll be discussing. In this particular case, you will always be discussing political circumstances and the motivation for these kind of actions in regards to politics. And you also need to include art philosophies and the driving factors behind these art philosophies. Because in these particular art movements, these two ideas are always locked in together. Example, specific visual elements of the artwork that support the facts presented in your elaboration. So you look at your particular artwork and you think, okay, so What is it in this artwork that I can actually see and are obvious? What are certain symbols? What are certain, compositional elements in that artwork that tell me and remind me immediately of this, of the political climate of the time? Because those are the things that you should actually be writing about in an example. And you don't have to give me everything. You just give me whatever it is that you have in elaboration and you back that up in your example. So if you focused on 3 ideas, well, then you find those 3 supporting factors in that artwork only. Link. It is an outline of how you have successfully addressed the question. So link is really kind of the nail in the coffin in that sense that finishes off your paragraph. So if you haven't comprehensively explored elaboration or example, then you really don't have enough scope of information in order to successfully complete a link.